I'll just read out the question. Khyati Limited issued a prospectus inviting applications for 80,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, payable as follows: 2 on application, 2 on allotment, 3 on allotment, 2 on first call, and 3 on final call. Applications were received for 1,20,000 equity shares. It is decided that to adjust the excess amount received on a account of oversubscription till allotment only. So please understand the content, till allotment only. So excess can be utilized only till allotment. Hence, allotment was made as under. To applicants 20,000 shares, they have given full allotment. To applicants 40,000 shares, they have given 10,000. To applicants for 60,000, they have given 50,000 allotment. Next, allotment was made and all shareholders except Tamanna, who had applied for 2,400 shares out of group 3. So till here, we'll just pause the question. Alright, so then we'll just do the working in between. Obviously, we can utilize and we can do it. Alright, so first we'll start. Alright, so first we'll go with bank account debit. Okay, we'll do the journal entries. First is bank account debit to share application account. All right, so just a minute. So bank account debit to share application account. So how much it is? So I'll just use my calculator as well. All right. So we received 1,20,000. So 1,20,000 into 2, it is 2,40,000. So it is 2,40,000. All right. Next. So this is the bank entry which is done. We'll do the due entry. So share application account debit. All right. So to share capital account. So I'm just pausing this till here itself because I need to consolidate things. Alright, so before doing that, let me do the table first. Okay, so I don't know whether there is rejection over here, excess over here, I don't know actually. So let me utilize the table. So this is a small table which I'm drawing. So the first one gives me the category content. Second one, applied. Next, allotted. Next, applied value. Next, allotted value. Next is the excess. Okay. Alright, so the first one you can see here that category 1 20,000 in full. So we don't have to worry about that. Okay, 20,000 which is given in full. So we'll see the next one which is category 2. Okay, category 2 applied is 40,000. So you can see the question. Applied is 40,000. Allotted is 10,000. Okay, applied value. So 40,000 into application. How much is the application? It is 2 rupees. So 40,000 into 2, that gives you 80,000. Next, allotted. How much is allotted? 10,000. So 10,000 into 2, which is 20,000. Okay. So let me use it as, okay, we'll just deduct it directly rather than using A and B. I thought of having A, B, C, D. Okay, so this is C minus D. Alright, C minus D. That is, both these values we have to deduct. Okay, because applied, so much they have applied, and allotted, obviously 20,000 amount we have utilized for the application content. Alright, so how much is excess? We would have got 60,000 on excess. Okay, keep this in mind. Alright, so next we go to category 3. Alright, so category 3, it is 60,000 applied and 50,000 allotted. So 50,000 is allotted. So 60,000 into 2. So 60,000 into 2. So 1,20,000. So 50,000. Next is allotted. Allotted is 50,000 into 2. So that gives you 1 lakh. The same way C minus D. So if there is any clarifications or anything at last, we will just do it. Alright. So possibly you will be having clarifications. I can understand you will be having clarifications. So just pay attention. Alright. So at the end, we'll just have all those clarifications. I know exactly where you will have clarifications. Alright. So don't worry about it. I'll do the clarifications. So 1,20,000 minus 1 lakh, that gives you 20,000 excess. So 20 in category 2, we can see excess is 60,000. In category 3, you can say 20,000. Okay. So what is this category? It's a group. Okay. Assume that it is a group. All right. Assume we can give a name also for that group. So maybe the boys group. Okay. The boys group. Okay. In your class, the boys group. In your class, the same girls group. All right. So the boys group have applied for 40,000 shares. They were allotted only 10,000. Girls group with 60,000 shares and they were allotted only 50,000. Okay. So there is excess over here. So obviously over here to allotment account 100% it is there. So because since there is excess, obviously I am utilizing for allotment. Okay. Alright, so it's given for allotment. Alright, so how much is the allotment? We'll just find out the allotment content. So I'm just doing it for allotment. So allotment. So allotment how I'm utilizing for category 2. From category 2, we are taking for allotment. So how much is the allotment? So 10,000. In this category, that is boys group, 10,000 has been allotted. So 10,000 into allotment amount is 3. So 10,000 into 3. That gives you 30,000. So 30,000 I'm utilizing over here. So 30,000 I'm utilizing for allotment. Alright, so I'll deduct 30,000. Obviously, the remaining 30,000 only will be there. Okay, boys group we'll see. Sorry, the girls group we'll see. That is, boys group is over, so girls group. So 50,000 is there. So 50,000 into 3 rupees. So 50,000 into 3, 1,50,000. But I do not have sufficient amount over here. I do not have sufficient amount. So what will I do with this? I don't have to do anything. Take the complete amount and post it. So category 3, obviously, I don't have that much amount. So only 20,000 is available. So 20,000 I'm taking it. So 30 plus 20, it is 50,000. So this is the allotment amount. So over here, this amount we have another 30,000. So 30,000 I can utilize for the calls. Okay, next obviously it is calls. So I can utilize for the calls. But the major problem is in the question it is mentioned only till allotment. Okay, I'll just read it out. I'll just read the content. Obviously you can see that. Alright. So it was decided the excess amount received on account of oversubscription till allotment only. Till allotment only. Alright. Only till allotment you can utilize it. Alright. So till allotment. So allotment is over. Next, this excess, what will I do? I have to refund. So to bank account. So how much should I refund? So this 30,000 rupees I am refunding. So allotment is 50,000 and share capital. Share capital is normally how much we should receive. Okay, so how much we should receive? So it is issued 80,000, 80,000 into 2. So 80,000, I'll just put it over here. So 1 lakh, 1,60,000. Alright, so this amount it is 2,40,000. So I'll just put it again. So it is 80,000 into 2. Allotment, obviously I'm taking this allotment money over here. So I'll just put an arrow also. So I'm just using this one. Alright, bank. This is the one I'm using it for bank. Clear? So I hope this table 100% will help you to solve these sums. Alright, because over there the rejection is not been given in the question. When rejection is not given in the question, obviously you get confused about it. Alright, so this table will be useful for you. Okay. Okay. So next. Okay. Next we'll be doing allotment. Okay. The separate allotment. Share allotment account debit to share capital account. Alright, well, how much is allotment? So 80,000 into 3. 8 threes are 24. 2 lakh 40,000. 2 lakh 40,000. Okay, so 2 lakh 40,000, 2 lakh 40,000. Next, bank account debit. So I have calls in arrears. So calls in arrears account debit to share allotment account. Allotment account. So calls in arrears. So I have to calculate calls in arrears. So I'll just put it in red pen over here. Calls in arrears. So calculation of calls in arrears. So calls in arrears. So let me check out what is the calls in arrears. Tamanna applied for 2,400 shares of group 3, missed out the allotment. Alright, so allotment Tamanna has missed. So let us see what is the content which was missed. Alright, so 2,400 shares. So we'll just check out. So this is applied and allotted. Applied and allotted. Applied in the sense, so how much it is in group 3. So group 3. So 60,000. So this is my method. Alright, 60,000 and 50,000. So obviously all 0 goes. So it is 6:5. So it is 2,400 shares were applied. So in the applied side, I am putting 2,400. So 6 ones are 6 fours are 24. So 400. I'm cross multiplying it. 5 fours are 20, which is 2,000, which is allotted. Clear? So 2,000 was allotted. So we'll find out the calls in arrears. So next is 2,000 into allotment was not paid 3 rupees. So it is 6,000. Alright. So please keep in mind 2,000 into this is the allotment value. Allotment value which is 6,000. Next. So you can see over here Tamanna has applied for 2,400 shares. Applied minus allotted. So how much is allotted? 2,000 is allotted. So you have excess also. That gives you excess. So excess is 400. 400 shares. Alright. From shares I am converting it to value. That is 400 into application amount. Application amount is 2. It is 800. Okay. 400 into 2, 800. So I'm using it over here. 400 into 2, which is 800, which is the excess amount. Okay, so calls in arrears, excess amount. So I'm deducting the excess amount. You'll get 5,200. So calls in arrears over here it is 5,200. So 2,40,000 minus already one content is over here. You can see allotment is over here, which the shareholders have already paid. So I'm taking it here for the bank content. So 2,40,000 minus the 50,000 again minus 5,200. So I'm getting 1,84,800. So 1,84,800. Okay. So obviously 1,84,800. So you get it as 1,90,000. So I know this stage, these are the stages you will feel so difficult. Alright, these are the stages you'll be feeling so difficult. So this is one of the important stage. Clear? I hope this stage is clear. So once this stage is clear, most of the children will be able to finish up the sums. Okay. Next. So allotment is done. The first call. Sorry. Forfeited immediately. So you can see Tamana's shares was not paid during allotment and the shares were forfeited. So you have to make a forfeiture entry. Alright. So let's make a forfeiture entry. Share capital, account debit. So what was not paid? So whatever which is not paid. So to share allotment account, to share forfeiture account. So forfeiture is the content which is paid and allotment which is not paid. Not paid, and this is the paid content. Okay. So allotment, how much is not paid? Obviously you can take it directly, which is 5,200. 5,200 can be taken it directly because false in arrears, you can just transfer it. So which is 5,200. Okay, how much is forfeited? So we'll just take the forfeited content. So it is 2,000 shares which is allotted into obviously 2, which is paid, which is 4,000, and the excess amount which is 400 into obviously 2, that also will be forfeited. So 800. So that is 4,800. So it is 4,800. Either you can add on and post it, or please take the par values. Okay, so it's better to understand and do it. You can do the par value. Okay, always take the par. Which is the par? Application and allotment. So application is 2 and allotment is 3. So 3 plus 2, it is 5. Okay, so how many shares has been allotted? So it is 2,000 into 5. That gives you 10,000. So please add on and see. So you'll be getting the 10,000. So till this stage only, most of them will be having doubts. Okay. So I'll just continue the content. Alright. So I hope this till here it is clear. So next we'll be seeing share first call. Okay. Share first call we'll be seeing. So I'll just erase all this. Share first call. So doubt clarifications, if there's anything, obviously we will clarify a little later. Okay. Share first call. Account debit to share capital account. Alright, share first call. So how much is share first call? Share first call. Share first call is 2 rupees. So please understand over here. Please understand. You cannot do it for the issued value, which is 80,000. 80,000 into 3. So, sorry, first call is 2. Can you do this? No, it's wrong. Because previously you would have forfeited 2,000 shares. So you have to minus 80,000 minus 2,000. That gives you 78,000 only, because you forfeited Tamana's shares. Okay, so now the issue value will be 78,000 only, not 80,000. Okay, so now we will be doing it. Alright, share first call. So 78,000 into 2. So it is 1,56,000. So 1,56,000. Alright. So next we'll do the bank one. So bank account debit. So calls in arrears account debit to share first call. So what's calls in arrears? So over here we can see the next person who's Chaya, who was allotted 500 shares in group 2. Okay, so was allotted 500 shares in group 2. So 500, so calls in arrears. So calls in arrears. So 500 into 2 rupees, that is 1000. Since it is in calls, obviously the excess amount cannot be utilized over here, because simple I can tell, for an easy understanding of something, we can use it for stages. Okay, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. So stage 1 goes with application, stage 2 goes with allotment, and stage 3 with calls. So till stage 2 only the excess can be utilized. So remember this, okay, there is a different content for this. Alright, so because the company will utilize the excess amount in allotment itself. Because if a company is prolonging this to the calls, no company will actually do it. If they are prolonging this, the excess amount, example to tell, the excess amount of Tamanna of 400 shares, 400 into 2, 800 shares, if they are prolonging it, if they are doing it, obviously the company should pay interest to the shareholders. So 100% the company will not do it. Company will not pay any interest. So over here itself, the allotment itself, the excess money will be utilized. Okay. So for Chaya also, the excess money will be utilized, would have been utilized in allotment itself. So only I am telling, in allotment, if they are not, if they are in calls, sorry, if the arrears is in calls, then obviously we cannot use the excess money. Okay, so I'll just tell it clearly that excess amount in calls cannot be utilized. It's given as allotted. Suppose if it's given as applied, please find the allotted, and you cannot use the excess, the difference amount, the excess amount. You cannot use it over here for compensating the calls amount, that is calls in arrears amount. Alright, so please do not do that. So over here 500 into 2000, so directly you have to post it as 1000. There is no excess. In spite you find out the excess also, you cannot do it in calls. Okay, how we did for Tamanna, we cannot do it for Chaya. Alright, so calls in arrears, it is 1000. Alright, so how much it is? So bank account debit, so to share first call, so 1000 rupees arrears. So how much we would have received? We would have received 1,55,000, because 1000 is gone, right? So 1,55,000. So together 1,56,000. Okay. So next, so first call is over. So we have to do second call. So over here, what is mentioned? Let me continue the question, please. Her shares were forfeited immediately after allotment. Alright, so first content, that is Tamanna's content. Another shareholder Chaya, who was allotted 500 shares out of group 2. So group 2, in group 2, that is 40,000 applicant for 10,000 allotted, that group, failed to pay the first call. Okay, till first call only the contents, actually it is given. Alright, next one, 50% of Tamanna's shares were reissued as 7 paid up of 9 per share. Alright, 7 paid up and 9 per share. So we have to do the reissue content. Okay, so next is the reissue content. So reissued, how much it is reissued for? We'll just see here, 7 paid up, 9 reissued. Alright, so paid up value is given as 7 and reissue value which is given as 9. Alright, so we'll just do it. So next is bank account debit to share capital account to securities premium account. So securities premium, how can you tell the securities premium? You can see the difference amount over here. The paid up value is low and the sold value which is high. Okay, so how much they sold for? So 50% of it was sold. So 50% of it is 1000 shares. Alright, so 2000 forfeited and 1000 reissued. 50%. So this is 1000 into, so how much they reissued for? For 9 rupees. So this is 9000. I am putting in a different color itself. So to share capital, normally how much we are supposed to receive? We are supposed to receive only 7 rupees which is paid up. Alright, share capital which is 1000 into 7. So which is 7000. Next, securities premium 1000 into 2. So you can see the difference over here. So securities premium. Alright, so it is 2000. So you can see here 7000 plus 2000, that gives you 9000. Alright, so next we'll find out the capital reserve. So we'll utilize the formula. So I'll just put the formula over here, possibly. So formula is amount forfeited. So what is the amount which is forfeited? So forfeited amount, I remember it is 4800 divided by number of shares forfeited. So 2000 shares are forfeited into number of shares reissued. So 1000 shares are reissued. Alright, so goes 2 ones are, 2 twos are, 2 fours are 8. So 2400. So 2400. So loss is, it's a question mark. So obviously there is no loss. So 2400 will be transferred below. Alright, next is, share forfeiture. Account debit to capital reserve. So how much it is? It is 2400 and 2400. Alright, so I hope this video 100% would help you. Thank you.